Hello, good morning all. Welcome to an expiry special session on NIFTY and Bank Nifty. We'll just map out a plan of how we'll go and trade this day. Basis that, first of all, we'll just look at yesterday how it played out and sort of we form the levels based on that and do a plan for today. Nifty, if you see yesterday, we had a very strong breakout at the open itself. Lot of buying activity, very good delta, but there was no follow through. Okay, so what happened is for a good part of yesterday, first half, second half also, there was a lot of two-way activity. So once there was no follow through, it rotated. Then there was, buyers came in at this level. If you see, a lot of buyers were coming in at, 16, 540, 500 levels, probably defending the 500 option areas. Okay, this pushed prices up, but again, despite higher delta, we are not able to break through. So I was expecting, despite a lot of cumulative delta getting high, so I was expecting a roll down on Nifty and Bank Nifty both. I posted on Bank Nifty that we might look to go down if you're not able to cross those regions. Okay, so then we had this move down, and and then this entire flush of downside move happened essentially. But at the lowest point again, absorption started coming in where sellers were getting absorbed, and then we had a very strong counter buying activity. If you see, your delta was going negative, negative, negative. Suddenly we have a 34K, 35K plus delta. This stopped the entire downside move, and we had a I think more of a stop run and short covering on the upside. Okay, so we closed at nearly I think not precisely the highs of the day, but we really closed somewhere in the mid ranges of the day essentially. Okay, mid ranges of the day in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, I think we also had a very similar view. If you look at Bank Nifty order flow chart, okay, we had a very similar view where just a second. Yeah, we had a very similar view where it opened and then we are not able to cross these levels. I think we marked 700, 750 or 650, 700 levels. Once we are not able to cross that, I posted, we moved down. But once Nifty move stopped, I think what happened is Bank Nifty also saw some counter. A lot of this big flush happened where a huge negative delta came in. Then this was a negative delta, but prices held, so there was an absorption, and then we saw some counter buying coming in at this candle itself, okay, which was 255 candle, and then the big up move happened, okay. So generally there was a, and now coming to how global markets have traded, US markets have been muted to on the downside yesterday. So it will show some sort of an effect definitely on our markets, but S&P, what I'm expecting is your 4125 levels, 4125 levels to be a bit of a resistance on the S&P and 4050 to be a bit of a support. So largely the expectation for me for US markets today is that we will tend to stay range bound in US markets 4125, 4150. Okay. Now coming to our markets, if you see, this is the last 3 days profile, and Nifty, this is the last 3 days profile that you see. Now what has happened is we've just broken outside this range. If you do a quick view of how the weekly profile is shaping up, we have just broken outside this range. Okay, so what I'll look at is 530 Nifty, 16,530, 525 levels roughly as my trend decider. Okay, if you're able to hold below this range, essentially I'll look for a sort of a downside to consolidation play, essentially downside consolidation between 400 to 530. If you're able to push over 530, then there's a good odds that we can rotate to 600 and 650 levels also. Okay, where I'd again see some sort of a resistance. Okay, so 530, 650, and on the downside 400. These are the key levels we are looking to watch on Nifty. Okay, if you look at the Nifty option chart today of yesterday, just a second. So if you look at Nifty often chart, I think there was a lot of addition on the call side on Nifty overall. I think if you see the call side addition was prominent around, yeah, this is per 450, so we'll ignore the percentages, but generally, I think 500, 600, there was a lot of call side addition. Overall, the call OI did add up on the Nifty side, so 600 being a prominent resistance and 500 is balanced at this point. And then we have support at, primarily at 300 and a little bit of 400, but largely call addition was prominent. So expectation initially, if you go by options data and all, would be that Nifty would tend to sort of be around below 530, or be around these ranges, 530, probably 550, and no major moves happening on the upside. That is, once it starts holding above, we'll look for a bullish play. Otherwise, if it opens flat and not able to cross, look for a short side state trade to start with. Okay. Bank Nifty similarly, this is the weekly profile, guys. So if this is a session profile, sorry, the weekly is this. So Bank Nifty, we are in a better position. If you see profile wise, we have pulled back into this entire volume range of this last week, this week so far, which is this range. Okay, so the expectation would be that, and there is also a volume distribution here. The expectation would be 550, 500 holding. I am looking for a bullish continuation essentially, okay, to test up to 900 and higher. Okay, below 550, 500, I think we can roll down and move for a little bit of crack to even 35,100, 35,000 levels. Okay, but 550, 500 holding, I'll want to stay pull back longs on Bank Nifty around these levels. Bank Nifty option data is also supportive of that, because while Nifty more call addition happened, Bank Nifty the put addition was more prominent yesterday. If you see, so, if you see this put addition percentage is the yellow ones, put addition is a lot more prominent, and we have a strong put support at 500, and then of course 35,000, which is a logical level. But 500, we had a lot of build up and support, and 36 being a resistance. So, Bank Nifty, if you look at the option data point of view, you would want to play between 900 and 500 today, and these are the this is the range we want to play really. Okay, short from 900 areas, long from 500, 550 areas. Okay, so that is the play for me for Bank Nifty. Rest we'll discuss more on our community chat and all. Have a good day, guys, and have a fantastic session.